Salute to the nation. It's game day, baby. Let's talk about it. What's going on, Raider Nation? It is your boy Raider Ed with Raiders Primos. We got Raider Nate joining us. He's trying to get situated in the back, but we will bring him on once he is good to go. You guys, we are going to preview the Raiders versus Lions matchup tonight on Monday Night Football. The questions is there. Will the offense get it together and finally wake up against a Detroit team that is coming off a terrible loss against the Baltimore Ravens, and the Raiders themselves are coming off a terrible loss against the Chicago Bears. Also, the Raiders and Josh McDaniels, they had a meeting together as a team on Thursday. I'm going to let you guys know the notes that I grabbed from that meeting. Salute to Sean that has sent me those notes, and we're gonna talk about the trade deadline that is tomorrow. Who are some guys that can be on their way out of Las Vegas, and who are some guys that we believe we should go out and get and bring them in? But I want to acknowledge the chat. We got Sean Johnson in the building, the report of Raider Nation. Sean, thank you so much for giving me all the notes that I needed for this live in regards to the team meeting, in regards to the Raiders offense going into tonight. We're going to preview all of it. Anthony, shout out to you, bro. He said, yo, salute to my primos. Good Raider Day game day, baby. Raiders. And hopefully we get a good game. AJ, salute pre. Hey, like I said, we got Raider Nate. He's in the back trying to get situated real quick. I mean, I feel like I got some up in my lip. But let's talk about it. We had a team meeting, you guys, on Thursday. Shout out to Raiders Resistance and also Ian Rapoport of NFL Network. Ian Rapoport, he reported the Las Vegas Raiders roster of players and Josh McDaniels held a meeting this past Thursday to clear the air ahead of the Monday night game against the Lions. It is reported in that meeting, players voiced their frustrations as to how the team had been and what they need to do in order to turn their season around. The meeting was called to conduct a bonding exercise. And also from Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, he said that the meeting essentially went well. That Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, Devontae Adams were just a couple of the leaders in that locker room that voiced their opinion. Also, a few of other players in the roster also voiced their opinion in that meeting. And from what we got is that the meeting went well. It was almost like a weight has been lifted off of this team, and maybe they finally are on the same page. But you guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys, just because they had a meeting, I am not putting hope into tonight's game. I am not saying, oh, because we had a meeting, finally, we cleared the air, we got the shit right. No, we did not, because this offense has been stagnant for 7 straight weeks, and it's not going to get fixed overnight. Now, it has been a weird NFL week. Denver beat Kansas City. Baltimore and Arizona kind of got into a close matchup. Baltimore still walked out with the win, but it has been a very, very strange week. So who does to say the Raiders don't come out tonight and they do somehow pull an upset win against the Detroit Lions tonight? It's any given Sunday, any given Thursday, any given Monday. But from what I've seen, from what we have seen from this offense in the past 7 weeks, is that this offense cannot put points on the board, and they struggle to put points up on the board. The defense, they may be able to hold the Detroit Lions offense with David Montgomery being out, but they still got Jahkyr Bibbs. I think that's how you say his name, Jahkyr Gibbs. I don't know how to say his name. but you still got him to worry about. So it is going to be a very, very interesting game plan for this defense. You're still going to have to deal with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta. The Lions offense can still score at will if they want. If they want to. I say that because against Tampa Bay and against Baltimore these past 2 weeks, they have not been scoring at will as they've been done the previous weeks. It's Jameer. Okay, AJ, thank you. Jameer. Okay, thank you, AJ. And with the Raiders, it has been 7 straight weeks. This offense cannot get anything done. Now, I say it is you guys heard me time and time again say it is complementary football. The offense has to put points on the board, and they have to take the pressure off the defense. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This defense has been having to score for this offense from time to time. And we know we don't have an offense like that. We don't, or a defense like that. We don't have a defense that's going to, get you, a pick six, get you a fumble, a scoop and score. That's not our type of defense. They probably will get you turnovers and they will get you sacks. They'll get, a 3 and out on the offense, but it is up to our offense to score touchdowns, to score points. And are we going to see that? And we got my primo, we got my guy, my ride or die. We got Primo Nate in the building. He's getting his equipment ready. Salute to my Primo Nate. Let me get in these comments. Acknowledge the chat. We got Anthony saying, I called this Friday. If you start Jimmy Garoppolo or O'Connell, we winning 27-20. But if Clowney Hoyer started again, we saw that crap show last week. We're losing 20-0. But Jimmy's starting. And you know what, Anthony? Salute to you, bro. Because I heard the players have said it, and shout out to Sanji, our guy. Sanji said that. Oh, okay. Oh, let me put. I got you, Nate. Nate needs some more time to work real quick. Nate needs to work real quick. But Anthony, I've heard people say that Jimmy G gives us the best chance to win out there, and you know what? I'm not gonna complain about that because here's what last week showed me. Last week showed me that Brian Hoyer couldn't even move the ball. He couldn't even move the ball. Let's bring up the box score. And I'm sorry, you guys, I gotta do this to you. But we're gonna bring up that box score from the Bears. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I want you. This is a key stat that we need to look into. And I'm gonna bring up the Raiders and Packers. I know different game. But that is the last game that Jimmy G has played a full game in. I couldn't even possibly go back into the Patriots game too. But here's the key stat that I wanted us to look at. So we go to the team stats. For third down efficiency, the Raiders were 2 for 9 in third down efficiency. Now let's take it to the Raiders and the Packers. The third down efficiency. Not much better with Jimmy G, but it was 4 for 12. But it was a slow burner. Let me bring up I wish I could split it because he didn't play the second half. Man, not helping my narrative out here. Because I feel like Jimmy G, and I may be wrong. I feel like Jimmy G can move the ball more efficiently than Brian Hoyer, of course, but even more than Aiden O'Connell. Now, of course, I can't say that with Aiden because Aiden. We don't know what he brings to the table. I've said it time and time again. Start Aiden. You don't know what you have in Aiden. Start Aiden. You don't know what he have in Aiden because Jimmy G isn't staying healthy. Now, against the Patriots, we were 6 for 12. But I think Sanji split it, and I think Hoyer converted like 2 third downs after Jimmy G went down. So that's about 4 out of 9. A pretty decent third down showing. Passing first downs, we had 12. We were actually 8 for 16, you guys. So we were about 6 for 14. Passing first downs, we had 12. Rushing first downs, we have 4 against the Patriots. Against the Bears, we had 16 passing first downs, and rushing first downs, we had 1. So I'm going to say this right now: the rushing attack is going to take the pressure off of Jimmy G. We said that numerous times that the first down, establishing the run, is going to take the pressure off of Jimmy G. What is the one thing we can't do on offense? That's run the football. We can't run the football. Let me see. Give me a sec here, you guys. AJ says, I will say after the meeting, I'm expecting more urgency to win. You know what, AJ? I said this, and I said if we lose, you know what? I'm cool with it if we show some fight. If we show some fight, AJ, I'm cool with us losing. I mean, I'll probably still be upset. I know I say that now, but at least we show some fight instead of getting blown out, losing 30-12 like we did last week or 38-10 that we lost against, the Bears. If we actually put up a fight and we give the Lions, a run for their money, then, hey, maybe, that's a momentum shifter that we can look at. And also bringing my Primo Day back in the building. Salute to the Oakland fan. Salute to the numbers in the building. Anthony Shaw, to bring up the box score, but please don't show that score again. I'm not, Anthony. I'm not. And like I said, third down efficiency, 2 for 9. And then Brian Hoyer, 17 for 32, 129 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, was sacked 1 time. And Aiden O'Connell was 10 for 13, has 75 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He basically played better than Brian Hoyer. I know the defense was playing back, but Aiden O'Connell played better in 5 minutes than Brian Hoyer played in a full 55-minute game. Like, that's crazy to me. And I hope, Josh McDaniels, we don't see Brian Hoyer the light of day ever again. He shouldn't even be – he should be the emergency quarterback going into tonight's game, and Aiden O'Connell should be quarterback 2 in case Jimmy G goes down. Because at this point, it is very likely that Jimmy G is going to go down. But salute to my primo, Nate. Nate, how's it going, bro?
Going good, excited. You feel me? Always excited on game day, no matter what.
I agree, man. But I'm gonna say this: we didn't get your thoughts. You didn't come live with me. We didn't get your thoughts about the Bears game. From the moment that Bears game ended to tonight, you had a whole week to process it. What are you getting from the state of the Raiders?
It was a very sad story. An angry matter. You know, I I want to forget about that week and forget about that game as much as I can. Um, it was just not. It was just not a good time to be alive, type stuff. You feel me? I don't
Bro,
know.
we made Tyson Bagnet the talk of the town, or I don't know. And what's crazy, they got blown out by the Chargers on Sunday Night Football last night, and all they could
Yeah.
talk about is Tyson Bagnet, and I'm over here like the thing is, you guys, Tyson, yeah, he had a good game, but it was nothing to be excited about, and these guys were like NFL media was like making this guy sound like he's the new like Patrick Mahomes, like, oh man, what he did was crazy, bro. He was 21 for 29, 162 yards, 1 touchdown, was sacked 1 time. He did have 3 carries for 24 yards. Nothing to be excited about. It's nothing to be excited about. It was average quarterback play. The Bears did exactly what the Bears were supposed to do. Short, quick passes, take the pressure off for your rookie quarterback, and run the football effectively. Chicago ran the football 38 times, had 173 yards on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns. If you give any rookie quarterback that, you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to win. And also on the flip side of that, our offense couldn't do shit. So that was just a recipe for disaster from the Raiders. Oakland fan says stats are real. And it's so constructive criticism. The only thing that's not is participation trophies. Oakland fan, you are right. You're right. And we're going to talk about Jimmy G and his stats real quick because 8 interceptions, bro. And then, you know what, Nate? I want to get your opinion on this.
Hmm.
Most people say the Raiders have a better chance to win with Jimmy Garoppolo than Aiden O'Connell. And I feel like that's wrong. Like, I want to counteract that, and I get it. He can move the ball effectively. He can have possibly a better red zone efficiency. But the problem is Jimmy G's turnovers. 8 interceptions to 7 touchdowns on the year. it's not something that's going to tell me, hey, we have a better chance of winning with Jimmy G. That's not, I am not getting that vibe from that statement whatsoever when I look at those stats. So when people say that, Nate, I want to get your opinion on that. Do you believe we have a better chance at winning with Jimmy G, or do you want to see what Aiden O'Connell has to bring to the table?
Um, man, I wanted to see Aiden O'Connell last week, but you know, we got what we got. We got to see what we got to see. But for this week, bro, I believe that Aiden O'Connell is 110% better right now in this state going into this game, better than Jimmy G. And when I look at a quarterback, I look at the ratio between touchdowns and interceptions. So far, before we got him, obviously Jimmy G was, really good in that ratio. When coming
Look,
here, I don't know, for some reason he's the
he has
worst
16.
ever.
Sorry to cut you off. He has 16 TDs to 4 interceptions last year before getting hurt.
Yeah, and this year he's the complete opposite. When I look at Homie, his ratio is already better, and he's only played 2 minutes. Um,
I think he's
so
I think he's 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. The thing is with Aiden, we haven't bro, we gave him one good full game and then 5 minutes in a game that was already, decided. Like
yeah,
my thing is why draft a kid if when the opportunity presents itself to start the kid, you don't start him. Like you drafted him in the 4th round. And a lot of people were telling me, well, hey Ed, AOC isn't ready. Aiden isn't ready. Maybe Josh McDaniels isn't ready to put Aiden in. Well, too fucking bad. Like, I'm sorry. That's my opinion because you drafted him in the 4th round. You spent a draft pick on Aiden O'Connell. Like, you start him. Against the Bears, you start him. There's no reason Brian Hoyer should have been out there. That game had Aiden O'Connell written all over it. And Josh McDaniels, you literally lost the game before the game even started when you decided, I'm going to put Brian Hoyer to start. And then now leading into this game, and this was a game we needed to win against the Bears. Because going into this game, now this game is a must win. And this is a game that I agree with John Sweeney. This isn't a game that is a trap game. It's not. It's not a trap game for the Lions. The Lions are going to come in here and they're going to do, they're going to play Lion football that they've been playing all year. Now, it can only be a trap game if the Raiders finally figure their shit out. And I want to ask you this, Nate. What was your initial thoughts about that meeting? Do you think this is something that the team needed? And speaking from a player standpoint, because you played football, if
um,
the season
yeah.
isn't going so well, is this something that you appreciate like a coach doing? You guys coming together and voice your opinions, voice the play calling, voice the coaching, whatever you guys feel in regards to what's going on this season, voice it.
I mean, I don't even think that was, that meeting was, you know, he clearly sees that majority of the hate is going towards him, and so he grabs all the players and tries to be like he tries to be like that evil villain in a movie where like everybody's getting turned on him, and then he's like, join me, I'm your father type stuff. He's
Yeah,
trying to pull a Darth Vader. He's like, join me and we will rule the world type stuff. But I'm like, it's just for his sake. I feel like that meeting was just for his sake, not for the Raiders. That's what I believe. Just to get him on, to
yeah, no,
be on good terms. I don't know.
I hear you.
He's trying to pull a Darth Vader. I'm
I
dead.
mean, and that's the thing, John Sweeney. You say Jimmy G leads the league in turnovers. And he hasn't even played every game. He's played what I think 5.5 games or 4.5 games. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. This guy hasn't even played the entire season, and I think he's actually tied. I think he's actually tied, Sweeney, with he might be tied with either Allen or Hurts. Um, let me see if I can find that here. I'm gonna see QB interception leaders.
Bro has a meeting with the players and then puts Brian Hoyer in again.
Yeah, he's tied. Garoppolo is tied with Patrick Mahomes, tied with Josh Allen, tied with Jordan Love, tied with Jalen Hurts, tied with Mac Jones and Sam Howell with the most interceptions this season. And that's the thing, Patrick Mahomes. The thing is, people was like, well, Mahomes turned, through 8 interceptions. The thing is, Jimmy G is doing more harm than good. If Jimmy G had 15, 16 touchdowns already to 8 interceptions, and we were 4-2 going into this game, or 5-1 going into this game, or hell, even three, you know, even well, yeah, 4-2 or 4-2 or 4-3, which we should have been 4-3 going into this game, I wouldn't be upset. Hell, if we were going 5-2 into this game, I wouldn't be upset. Like, the thing is, we're 3-4 and we lost to a terrible Bears team. Terrible Bears team. And the Chargers proved that. Anthony said, bro, I still can't believe that Division II quarterback, man Mindswell, been a junior college quarterback. He legit made him look like a Patrick Mahomes or something. You know what, Anthony? He really did it. I'm telling you guys, bro, that Chicago, like Bagney, whatever his name is, play like a rookie quarterback.
Bro, we're talking about people looking like Patrick Mahomes. He is not the guy to be talking about. We're talking about Will Levis out there looking like the
Oh,
GOAT.
and
You want to talk about a
thing is,
rookie? Or not a rookie, but
try to put a lot of the nation on Will Levis. And when I did my research on Will Levis, I was like, you know what? You can possibly get Will Levis in the second round based on how the draft, like I was, looking at the mock drafts that we were doing. Will Levis was dropping in those boards. And then hearing that, a lot of people were not looking at Will Levis as a first round pick. And then, like, I'm not mad that we got Michael Mayer, but bro, we could have had Will Levis. We could have had Will Levis, and I would have loved taking Will Levis in the second round. My pick, and anyone who followed us knows our picks. It was Jalen Carter first, and then Will Levis second. Those were our two picks, the first 2 rounds.
yeah. I mean, there was a lot of good guys that came
The
out.
Raiders didn't even go that route.
I can't lie. Like the first 20, shit, um, 30 picks have been, like that this past draft class have been pretty good. Can't lie.
Tyree Wilson looked like he's getting, he's starting to step it up um, a bit. Now
Like
let's get to this injury report, you guys. For the Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams is full. He's going to play. Jacorian Bennett, it was limited, but he was full on Saturday. He's going to play tonight. Curtis Bolton is questionable with the knee. Daniel Carlson, he still was dealing with that right groin injury. He did not practice on Thursday and Friday. He was limited on Saturday. So he is questionable for tonight's game. Devon Diablo, he's dealing with the ankle injury. He is out. As we know, Jimmy G, he is on the way to start tonight. Nate Hobbs dealing with that ankle injury. He was limited all week and he is questionable, but there is reports that he is likely to play tonight.
let's go.
Marcus Peters, he is
Hobbs
in
is
line to
back.
start, and Tyler Hall is in line to play also.
No, Peters could bench.
For the Detroit Lions, Jonah Jackson, their guard, he is out. David Montgomery, their running back, he is out. So, like I said, we're going to see Jahmyr Gibbs a lot tonight. Frank Ragnow, their center, he is doubtful, so he is likely out. Benito Jones, their defensive line, he's questionable. Joshua Pasquale, their defensive end, he's questionable. Malcolm Rodriguez, their linebacker, he's questionable.
Aaron Hernandez,
corner. They said it. Game status is unspecified, but he was full at practice all week. So I don't know if he's going to start or not. But there also is news about Amon-Ra St. Brown. I guess he is dealing with an injury. or not an injury. He's dealing with the illness. Amon-Ra St. Brown is dealing with the
Tell me,
illness, and he is questionable to play tonight. But I hope he plays because, bro, I need him in
tell
my
me,
fantasy, bro. I need him in my fantasy. Um, Anthony, he's questionable. He's still dealing with that right groin issue. He did not practice on Thursday and Friday. He was limited on Saturday, and he's questionable tonight. I guarantee it's probably a game time decision how he is in warmups and him kicking the ball. But I think we did sign a kicker. I don't know if we activated him to the active roster.
they
I'm
better
glad
not.
Sean brought this up. I wanted us to talk about this too. He said, "How do you feel about reports came out last week? Tom Brady was the number one option, and Derek Carr was the option two, and that it seems Jimmy G was force fed due to knowing the system, and we try to get C.J. Stroud." Nate, how do you feel about this? Because this is true. This is what reports were coming out that Josh McDaniels wanted Tom Brady. Brady retired, and then he wanted, Derek Carr was that option too. But it seems Jimmy G, he was just force fed here, and then they try to get CJ Stroud to be the backup quarterback.
I mean, it sounds a lot like us, what we were saying.
Yeah.
We wanted to get. Especially as we were like Tom Brady, or I forgot what you were saying. You were like wishy washy with Tom Brady, or was it?
I was no,
Uh,
I was wishy washy with him. But the thing is that I was wishy washy because he's what 40, bro. He's 500 years old. Like that's putting a band-aid on your quarterback situation. Now, if they brought in, like I said, they brought in a CJ Stroud or they brought in an O'Connell, then yeah, give Brady 1 year with us. Give
that's
Brady 1 year and we could figure it out with the quarterback situation. But I was really skeptical with Jimmy G because of the injury issue. Like if you go get a rookie quarterback, he may be forced into the game because Jimmy G is down. Like what we're witnessing this season with Aiden O'Connell.
yeah. I remember strictly saying that. I believe that with the list of the quarterbacks that we were looking to, go with the following season last year, going into this year, I was like, Jimmy G, in my opinion, would be our default, like our bottom of the barrel type of guy that we would just have to, get and deal with. But, that always, of course that happens to us because we're Raiders. And I really wanted Tom Brady. Like, I was all for it. Have him here for 1 year, have Aiden O'Connell or whatever rookie quarterback watch behind. And I was good with that. Like, if you could get any quarterback to look and learn behind Tom Brady, I'm taking that 10 times out of 10 all day, every day.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about Derek Carr was the option too? Now, Sean, let
Shoot.
me know this. Was Derek Carr supposed to be the backup to Tom Brady, or was Derek Carr the backup if Tom Brady wasn't coming here? Because that's where I was confused. Because there's no way in hell Derek Carr was going to be the backup. Now, Derek Carr was the option too if Brady wasn't going to be here. Well, I'm still okay with us moving on from DC because people need to understand because I'm still hearing, when the Saints do good and the Raiders do bad, there's those Raider fans that come out of like the woodwork and they're like, see, we should have kept DC. We should have kept DC. People don't understand that if we had DC, we would have been handcuffed to DC and not been able to locate a CJ Stroud. I know we didn't draft CJ Stroud, but even a Caleb Williams that people want next year, or Bo Nix, or a Michael Penix, like the quarterbacks that people want in a year-to-year draft, you're not going to get if DC's your quarterback. Why? Because you're going to be handcuffed to him. Because you're going to be handcuffed to that contract. You're not going to be able to, hey, we're going to get a rookie quarterback to fight for, the starting job and compete with you, DC. Why? Because we're paying you $35 million. It is like what I said with Josh Jacobs. We're not going to see Zamir White. We're not going to see Sincere McCormick. We're not going to see any other running back on the field. Why? Because you're paying Josh Jacobs $12 million. I'm not going to put a $12 million guy on the bench. I'm paying him $12 million. So go out there on the field and play like a $12 million. If he's not, then you're handcuffed because you're looking like the biggest idiot on the world. Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, like, damn, we paid this guy $12 million because all of Raider Nation wanted us to pay him pay him, have him sign here. And now we're putting him on the bench because he can't get it done. And now we're looking like the biggest idiots because we signed him to a $12 million contract. But the thing is, it's a year. It's a year contract. And I think that after this year, he can walk. He can walk.
See.
Sean says, looking at the way it went down, I feel McDaniels might get another year to locate the franchise quarterback in 2024, or you out of here. And you know what's crazy, Sean? A lot of people didn't want to hear it, and I don't want to hear it, but that is true. How do you feel about that, Nate? Like, McDaniels is likely going to be here next year. I know we want Josh McDaniels fired, but he is likely going to be here next year because me and Sean were talking. He has not found his quarterback. Jimmy G isn't the quarterback that he wants for the future. He just wants he wants him as a quarterback. He probably never wanted him as a quarterback, but he brought him in because he knows the system. But he brought him in as that, like we always said, that bridge quarterback until I locate the quarterback that I want for the foreseeable future. Do you give him next year, and do you trust that he can locate that future quarterback?
No. That boy has, bruh. I mean, man, like, what is Aiden O'Connell to him? That's my question. Like, what is Aiden O'Connell to him? Like, is that his future? Because he's not playing him. Like, I'm kind of confuzzled. Like, you just drafted a guy just to, just have him on the team, just to sit there. But, I mean, that's my thing. Like, he's not a Raiders leader to me. I just feel like there's other people out there that can,
But Nate, that's what I've been saying. I'm like, okay, because then this shit don't make sense. Because you're going, if he hasn't located his quarterback, then like you said, what is Aiden O'Connell then? Because a lot of people have brought up, okay, if you start Aiden O'Connell next year, and Aiden O'Connell isn't what Aiden O'Connell is. Like, he's an average quarterback. And I would say you're not going to know what you have in a quarterback for a full season. We didn't know what we had in Derek Carr in the 2014 season. It was either he was going to be a bust or he was going to be great. He had positive stats. He had positive stats better than the quarterbacks that we had prior. And then 2015, he really took off. 2016, MVP caliber season. With Aiden, you still won't know with one season. You are going to have to give Aiden about 2 or 3 seasons to see where you're at. If he doesn't get it in the 3rd season, Aiden, you're out. You're out of here. And the thing is, I get it. Raider Nation, we're not patient. We're tired of losing. We're tired of, we got to locate the quarterback. We got to locate, the defense. We got to fix the offensive line. We got to locate the right coach. I get it. We're impatient. But guys, this organization is fucked up from top to bottom. We got to be honest with ourselves. This organization is messed up from top to bottom. I said it, Nate, after the loss against the Bears. This organization is messed up from top to bottom, and there's a dysfunction with this organization. It's a dysfunction, and it's not going to get fixed overnight. It's not going to get fixed in one offseason. Hell, it might not get fixed in 2 off seasons. And we gotta put that question out there. Is firing McDaniels going to fix what we got going on here? No, and my answer, no, it is not. It may be, we're getting one of the problems out by firing him, but is it just gonna, fix shit in one off season? No. This organization is dysfunctional from Mark Davis down to the players. It's not gonna fix. Just because you fire the coach doesn't fix anything. It doesn't. It's not gonna, just magically, oh, Raiders fire Josh McDaniels following season, Raiders are a playoff contender. That's not real life, okay? This isn't Madden, you guys. This isn't Madden. It is not going to, just fix this stuff overnight. And that's why I got to ask you, Nate. Does firing Josh McDaniels, in your opinion, fix the Raiders' issues?
Well, if you look at the issues right now, I'd say yeah. um, I feel like the players, if the players are not liking the coach, then yeah, because you can't have a coach who's disliked by the players. It's got to be an agreement between the players and the coach, in my opinion. Like I don't know, it's something about it's something about like digging to the bottom of the bag, resetting the structure of the bag, and I mean that's it's either Mark Davis or I don't to bro. I'm just like can we have like a leader that can like I don't know be give us happy Sundays. I just
Bro,
want a
Van
leader
City,
with happy
Van
Sundays,
City,
bro.
hella funny. He said we should trade Josh Thomas McDaniels back to New England for a half-eaten bologna sandwich, a football kicking net, a few new visors. That's an amazing deal for us, bro. Van City, you my guy, bro. You hella stupid, bro. He always be bringing me joy. But Anthony says, man, I still miss Coach Bisaccia. We would have got a playoff victory year after we got eliminated by the Bengals. But here's what we have to understand, you guys. Because, Nate, I want to ask you this. If Ziegler and McDaniels are not here, let's say we didn't hire them in the 2022 offseason, is Devontae Adams here?
If we didn't hire
If we
McDaniels,
didn't hire Ziegler and we
oh
didn't hire
Ziegler,
McDaniels, let's say we kept Coach Bisaccia and we kept Mike Mayock. Is Devontae Adams a Raider in 2022? Because my opinion, Devontae Adams is not a Raider. I don't think Mayock makes the trade happen that Ziegler got. In my opinion, I think Ziegler was the only guy that was able to get that deal done with the Packers. And I get it. The Packers had, they were probably getting ready to move on with Devontae anyway. But the thing is, you guys, the Packers were still willing to pay Devontae. They were still willing to pay Devontae. Now, unless Devontae still was doing, his shit like, no, I want to go play with my best friend and Derek Carr, then yeah, maybe any coach could have made it happen. But me personally, I think Ziegler was the only GM that can make that trade happen. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I wish we had a different head coach. Maybe, hey, get Ziegler and have Rich Bisaccia stay. I don't know, but do you think if Ziegler and McDaniels were not here, is Devontae Adams a Raider?
um, I know, I know if Ziegler wasn't here, he wouldn't be a Raider. But um, Josh, I mean, whether he's here or not, I feel like um, it really, in my opinion, it depended on if Ziegler making that type of move. I feel like Josh didn't really impact that as much. I wouldn't say fire Ziegler. I would just say fire the coach because like homie's just not giving us a chance to win, and that's all the Raiders want is winning.
Yeah. And
I
shout out to,
mean,
hey, Sean, I did see that. I did see that. Devontae went on the Rich Eisen show, and Rich Eisen had an interview with Devontae, and he spoke about Derek Carr and that, Derek Carr wasn't the only reason that he came to the Rays. Like, yeah, Derek Carr was part of the reason, but he wasn't the only reason. Like, there was many other factors why he came to the Raiders. He grew up loving the Raiders. He's closer to his family that lives, in the Bay Area. So a lot of people saying that, now, do I agree that Tay was probably unaware about the situation he's in now? Yeah, I agree with that. I I agree with that. I agree that I believe Devontae is probably a little bit frustrated because he didn't think that this was going to be the situation he was getting himself into. I think he did believe that Derek was going to be here, but Derek didn't have a good season. Now, I know people was going to throw all the stats at me and all of that. Bro, 6-11. 6-9 in this case. He was 6-9. Okay, he was Nate's favorite number.
My favorite number is 28, fool.
No, but he was 6, and the thing is, here's what I noticed. And I'm noticing this, and I hate talking about him, but people keep bringing his name up. And I'm not you, Sean. I know it was part of an interview, but the thing is, people will think, well, if Derek Carr was here right now, this season, the Raiders would be better. And in my opinion, no, they would not. The Saints are struggling, and their defense right now, you guys, the Saints defense is ranked number 4. Derek Carr has the number 4 ranked overall defense, and he's 4-4. He's 4-4. The quarterback is holding the Saints back. And it's the same with the Raiders. I'm keeping that same energy with our Raiders because our defense, the Raiders defense, is number 10 overall.
Hey, yes, sir. That's all I'm proud about. You know what? Screw it. This defense
the Raiders are number 10 overall, but our offense is number 27 overall.
Screw the offense. Defense all day.
I hear you. I hear
How about the defense play offense? We'll be going undefeated. Let's go.
No, and the thing is that, and what made me upset was the defense got killed last week, and they had every right to get killed. They couldn't stop the run for the life of them. They couldn't stop the run. But
top 10 is crazy.
But the thing is, let's think about this. The Bears were in the lead, had the lead the entire day. So all they had to do was run the football. That's all they had to do was run the football. If you had the Bears chase the lead instead of playing it safe and holding the lead, that's where Bagnett would have had to use his arm. He would have had to try to take a lot of more, deep shots, try to spread the ball out, hold the ball on a little longer. The problem is our offense didn't get no lead. The Bears had control of that game from start to finish. And that's what we had to get out. We had to get the Bears out of that. We had to make them lose control. And the thing is, we never did. Shout out to Oakland fan.
Because we have Brian Hoyer.
Scouting department. You know what, Oakland fan? The scouting department, I'm not even mad at, though. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the scouting department because Tyree Wilson looks like he's getting better every single week. Michael Mayer, we seen what he could do when he gets the ball. Trey Tucker, we seen what he can do when he gets the ball. Byron Young is probably the one guy that ain't living it up to expectations. But some of these rookies, Oakland fan, we seen what they can do in the little time that they got playing time. But I will say it like I said last week. Is it Ziegler's fault that McDaniels isn't utilizing the rookies? That he's not giving playing time to these rookies? That he's not involving Michael Mayer more? That he's not involving Zamir White more? How is that falling on Ziegler and Champ Kelly in the scouting department?
Bro,
that
Ziegler's not at fault. It's all McDaniels. Like, this man is a McDonald's manager, bro. He is not an NFL coach. He is a McDonald's manager.
Yeah, and I know, hey, Van City, I hear you. I know you're pissed off about that, but shout out to Graf. He pointed out that Leonard Williams is a free agent next year. After this season, Leonard Williams is a free agent. So would you rather trade a second and a fifth away for a guy that you could potentially get in free agency and you don't lose no draft capital? See, the thing is, but Oakland fans, Demir hasn't even got any burn though. Oakland, Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell, I get it. Those guys likely bust. But 2 misses out of all the other draft picks that Ziegler's made. Zamir, I still can't call him a bust. Why? because JJ's taking his spot. And can you blame them for starting Josh Jacobs over Zamir? No, I get you, Van City. I get you. I get you, Van City. We love fucking with each other, bro. It's all love. But yeah, back to my point. I mean, Oakland fan, we got to look at it. I look at it from both spectrums. I can see why people are pissed off at Ziegler because half of the draft picks and majority of the free agent pickups, they have not worked in our favor. But Robert Spillane worked in our favor. Marcus Epps, so far, working in our favor. Yeah, I get you, man. Hey, like I said, it's both sides, Oakland fan. It's both sides. I mean, what do you think, Nate? What do you think, Nate? Like, you said Ziegler doesn't get blamed, but there's some like the Chandler Jones contract. They got to try to get out of. I think they're going to likely talk to the league about trying to get out of that. Let's see who else. The Hunter Renfro deal, the Waller deal. Like they had to get out of those. They kind of messed themselves up with those deals. But outside of that,
So far,
what has Ziegler done wrong?
well, that's what I'm trying to think in terms of just a couple of draft picks. Like Ziegler's proven us
that he could bring talent to the team.
Literally, like ever since he got here, he knows how to take out the garbage when it's not useful and bring in supplies when it is useful. That's all I'm trying to think. Like, you feel me? Like when there's people out there that we need, he looks at them, he grabs them, and if there's people that can help, he looks at them, grabs them. When they're not getting burned, and when they're being unuseful, taking up too much, I mean, I get it. People are gonna get better when they leave. Like, what's his name? Cleve Farrell.
Yeah,
he's he's on
bro.
the Niners.
Maurice Hurst, former Raider, literally had an interception. He tipped it to himself. Had an interception yesterday.
Yeah, and good for those people. Like we're not gonna, prey on everybody's downfall, but he's the guy that he keeps the wheels rolling on the team. It's not like he's not the guy to keep it stagnant for 9 years.
But
and that's why I like it.
Let me ask you this though, Nate, because here's the other argument. And Oakland fan, let me know if you heard this argument and if you agree with it, because I think I want to see if that's where we go. People think that okay, you fire Josh McDaniels, you keep Dave Ziegler. Who is to say that Dave Ziegler still doesn't want to keep that Patriot way here? As we've seen, the Patriot way is not working. It's not. Because the Patriot way was Tom Brady. Let's be honest. The Patriot way was Tom Brady. And salute to my our Patriot primo in the chat, Beers. Me and him had conversations, and we debated that. Yeah, Belichick and Josh, they had their input with the Patriots, but I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, to all the Patriot fans out there, if it wasn't for Brady, the Patriots would not even be relevant. If it wasn't for Brady. Brady made Bill Belichick look better than, not saying Bill Belichick, I'm not taking anything away from Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick is still one of the smartest coaches in the NFL. That is proven. He is one of the smartest coaches in the NFL. But Brady made him look better, just like how Patrick Mahomes, he's making Andy Reid look better than he actually is. Now, Andy Reid, one of the smartest coaches in the NFL, but he has a quarterback that makes him look better. Josh McDaniels.
It's about
that's where I have to, but this is where I'm kind of split because with Josh McDaniels, I said, okay, Tom Brady made Josh McDaniels look better than what Josh McDaniels is now with Denver and with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, this is where the argument is, oh, well, Josh McDaniels just has to find that quarterback. The problem is that quarterback is retired. That's the problem. He hasn't found any other quarterback. He's got 4 quarterbacks. Derek Carr didn't work. Jarrett Stidham looked good for one game. Out next week, fell apart. He got rid of him. Third quarterback, Jimmy G, looking like a shit show through 7 weeks. Started Aiden O'Connell. You still couldn't get it right. You put Brian Hoyer in there because you're the smartest genius in the world, and you still look like shit.
Bro, like that's
5 different quarterbacks start for you, Josh McDaniels, and all 5 quarterbacks played like absolute shit. So Patriot fans, you missed me that Tom Brady wasn't part of it. That he's not the Patriot way. But back to the question that I kind of got off on a tangent. Back to the question. Do you think Dave Ziegler will be stuck in that Patriot way? That I'm gonna bring in nothing but Patriots, nothing but Patriot coaches, nothing but Patriot players. That's all I'm bringing in. Because me personally, I wouldn't. You know what? I'm not saying he won't do that, but I'm not saying that is what he would do. All I'm saying is I would rather give Dave Ziegler a chance before I give Josh McDaniels. I would rather pair Dave Ziegler up with a better coach than Josh McDaniels and let that coach, see what he can do. If you got to go get a Ben Johnson, bro, I think Ben Johnson and Dave Ziegler might actually work well together.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't like the Patriot way is gonna die. It already
Bro,
died.
Patriot way's already dead.
Yeah, it's already
The,
dead,
the,
and
the
it's not
Patriots are
gonna be
2-6.
here forever. And I don't
Patriots
feel
are
like
2-6, and we're 3-4.
yeah, and I don't feel like Ziegler, if we do get another coach and he's gonna keep doing the quote unquote Patriot way, it's not possible for him to do it. So because he's not that guy, and I feel like with time rolling, he's just gonna, you know, just get in. He's good. He's gonna get into that mind of all right. We need to play some modern football and grab a coach who is talented, young. You feel me? Just move on to a new generational coach type stuff. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I trust him more with the new coach, most definitely.
And Beers, I hear you. I hear you, and that's why I say Josh McDaniels is not a good coach. That's for me. Josh McDaniels is a solidified offensive coordinator.
He
He
is a
cannot be a
McDonald's
head. He
manager.
cannot be a head coach. Now, again, not shitting on Belichick because Belichick, like I said, bro, he is one of the smartest head coach. He can be a head coach. Belichick can be a head coach, but to say that because look, bro, let's look at this. Belichick without Brady. He's been without Brady for what, 3 years so far. He has one playoff appearance, and that one playoff appearance they got ran through. I think they lost like 41-14 to the Bills. And then ever since they missed the playoffs. Ever since then they missed the playoffs. And now with the Raiders, Josh McDaniels comes to the Raiders. And the thing is, for Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, they're trying to hold up their legacy. Josh McDaniels won 6 Super Bowls. Bill Belichick won 6 Super Bowls. They're trying to hold on their legacy that we didn't need Brady. Brady needed us. But I'm sorry to say, they needed Brady way more than Brady needed them. Way more. And this is where I kind of get disagreement with Beer Series because I don't think it was a 50-50. I think it was more 70-30, 70 Brady and then 30 the coaching. Because I think it was more of this, Beers. I think they gave Brady more freedom. I think that's what it was. And
I
Belichick, and we know about Belichick. Belichick is mainly going to focus on the defense. He doesn't really focus on the offense. He left that up to Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. Now, where it came between Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady, Brady was that guy that I didn't care what you were making me run. I'm not running this if I don't see this play working. If I see the defense line up in a certain way, I'm changing the play call, and you're not going to tell me shit about it. Brady didn't let McDaniels' ego overtake him. Brady overtook McDaniels, and Brady ran that offense better than McDaniels drew it up. And he
mean,
said, that's what
you
I'm
go
getting.
ahead.
And what I get from that is Josh McDaniels comes to the Raiders and he has his ego. During that time with the Patriots, he always got it. Brady called him one of the smartest coaches in the NFL, one of the smartest offensive minds in the NFL. And there was times they did get into it, but they always got their shit right. The offense was always moving the ball, and they were scoring at will. At will. Who's to say Josh McDaniels doesn't come to the Raiders with that ego that I made Tom Brady. Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls because of me, not the other way around. And now he has this ego that his system is the best system in the NFL. That there's no fault to it. There's no failure to it. My system works no matter what. Because let's be honest, Nate, we've seen this for 7 weeks. That it's been we couldn't do nothing. It was a same thing. And the thing is with this game tonight, y'all had a meeting on Thursday. I really don't want to see the same offense out there tonight. We can't, running for 2 yards. Jimmy G setting wide receivers up to get killed, throwing interceptions out there, holding on the ball too long. That McDaniels, you're making no adjustments. And finally, Nate, you heard me say this. He doesn't coach to the talent of the team.
That's what I was gonna say. With Bill Belichick and Tom Brady coming in, with his talent, a talent of a quarterback enables a coach to feel more free about his quarterback. And that all depends on the talent. If somebody is talented as Brady, the coach doesn't really have to be really hard on the play calling for it to work. Because if your QB is as talented as Tom Brady, he can make any play work.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's the GOAT for a reason. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
And with Josh McDaniels he said, I mean, according to the reports, Jimmy G was the garbage time kind of quarterback that, we ended up getting. He still thinks that he's that guy, still throwing up plays, thinking that Jimmy G has the talent to be executing those type of plays or for a full game or a full season. Like, how did you not know what Jimmy G was when he was on the Pats? Like, huh?
Yeah. Like, that's why I'm like, I get it. Jimmy G's not his quarterback. Because I said that. I was like, Jimmy G's not his quarterback. But he brought, like, why is there no success there? Like, there's no success with Jimmy G running your offense. Either Jimmy G is a terrible quarterback or your offense is straight trash. But we gotta give the flower, or I gotta give DC his credit, because DC actually did, stat wise, DC had a good season. He had, I believe, 22 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, somewhere around that range, 23 somewhere around that range, and he had 4,000 yards passing. I give him that credit. And then with Jimmy G and Derek Carr, 2 different quarterbacks. One has an arm and can stretch the field, and defenses have to play honest to that. One doesn't have an arm, and that's not his play. So defense doesn't be honest. They stack the box because they know this quarterback's not going to beat us deep. The problem with that is that Jimmy G was never the quarterback to beat you deep. Jimmy G was the quarterback to be accurate with the football, to set guys up to make plays, to set superstars up to make plays. But it also fell onto the coach to set those superstars to make plays. The thing is, Josh McDaniels, you don't get Adams in motions. You don't bring Amir Abdullah in. You don't have Trey Tucker in. You don't even have Hunter Renfrow or Michael Mayer getting involved in the game plan. Like, that's an issue with me. If you tell Jimmy G, hey, these are the superstars we're trying to get involved, all you got to do is get them the ball and let's get this ship rolling. But from what I see, Jimmy G, all he does is, I'm looking for Jacoby Myers. I'm looking for Devontae. Oh, I don't want to throw to Devontae anymore. So, Jacoby, where are you? I'm just going to target you 30 times today. I'm not going to look at anybody else. And it's like, bro, there is no spread to this offense. And that's where I'm like, bro, is it the quarterback or is it the head coach? Because we didn't see this with DC. DC spread the ball out last year. And we thought, okay, Jimmy G coming in, if Jimmy G could do what DC couldn't do, and that was basically just fix the red zone, because they both did great inside the 20s. But the problem where DC didn't excel out, where Jimmy G did excel out, was the red zone. And then the running game, we were like, okay, we're changing one right guard, we're switching him out. There should be no issue there. And then we go from, I think we were 13th last year in total offense down to 27th. And that's where I'm like, what in the I'm confused. Absolutely confused.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oakland fan. He said, letting Illuminor stink up the joint doesn't sit well with me. And that's on McDaniels. At the end of the day, we're still 3-4. So I'm trying to be glass half full, but my patience is thin. And I agree with you, Oakland fan. I mean, Nate, how's your patience?
My patience with who?
Like the team, like the Raiders. We're three and
Uh,
four. Like, where's your patience at, especially with this offense?
the offense. I mean, I just, you know, I don't know. With McDaniel's coaching the team, my patience is right now is different from how it was when before the season started. Um, until McDaniel's has um, proven to me that he is, not that head coach. So, it, you know, I'm a little bit on the edge now with this offense every time it goes on the field because I feel like he just gave up and he just doesn't want to win and he's not giving the best chance for the team to win.
Yeah. And Beard said it best. But like, we need to do our own style and not copy a franchise. You know what, Beers? And I think that's what Josh McDaniels is trying to do. He's trying to bring that New England Patriot like culture or system, whatever it is. He's trying to bring that from New England and trying to instill it into Las Vegas. And that's just not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. Like, you gotta be your own coach. You gotta like be your own coach, Josh McDaniels. Don't copy what anybody else did. Did it work? It worked for New England. It worked for the Patriots. Why? Because you had number 12 as the quarterback for you. You got to do something different here. And maybe that meeting helped. Maybe. But we won't know until kickoff later tonight. We won't. And then let me see. Sean said, I think Josh McDaniels being the same age as hold up, we having like technical difficulties here, bro. My internet's tripping right now. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. We like bugged out for a sec. Sorry, you guys. We like bugged out for a sec.
Wait, was I the only
Sean
one
Johnson
bugged
said, I
out?
think
I'm dead.
Josh McDaniels being the same age as McDaniels, that's one guy which McDaniels? That's one guy he knew he couldn't push Brady around. It was Brady's way, and that's one guy McDaniels couldn't control. And I agree, Sean. I agree. Beer said, I agree with you on Josh McDaniels has an ego about Brady, but I think it's more of a how do I explain? I think it's more of a situation where McDaniels just wants to try to relive that legacy. And the problem is, Beers, he can't. He can't. He has to try to do something new. He has to make it his. And I think that's the problem. He doesn't know how to. Oakland fan. One read offense, even when your tight end's running free down the middle more than once. Hoyer had a clean pocket in the first half, and you can tell it was McDaniels' read, not Hoyer's. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Sean says, I think McDaniels is trying to get Jimmy G to play like Tom Brady, and that shit just ain't happening. Or maybe the terminology was only for Tom Brady to master and understand, who knows. And Sean, I think you hit the nail on the coffin. I think he hit the nail on the coffin.
That's what I've been saying.
He's been trying to get all these quarterbacks, Derek Carr, to play like Tom Brady, Stidham. Like he's trying to make these other quarterbacks play like Tom Brady, and it's like only one person is going to play like Tom Brady, and that's Tom Brady. You're not going to find another Tom Brady. That's like trying to say I'm going to go try to find another Joe Montana. Like that's not going to happen. I'm going to go find another, the NBA teams. I'm going to go find another LeBron James. I'm going to go find another Stephen Curry. It's like, no, like those types of players, those are like a generational type player. Like they're going to come like a decade,
Yeah.
Shout out to Raider Lux. He said it's both a coach that won't adapt to his players and a quarterback that can't throw deep or read the whole field. That's facts. And that's the
And
problem, Raider Lux.
I'm over here thinking, like, what is the real, like, there's obviously, Jacobs having no preseason work, no, before the season training work, but like, is that the real biggest reason why he's not doing as good as last year, or not is even close?
People are thinking he's doing a business decision that he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to run hard out there because he doesn't want to get injured or anything like that. And I'm like,
But
but
I'm looking at
he's
him.
playing to get paid though. That doesn't make sense.
I'm looking at him, and he's over here shaking his head after a run.
It could it be the offensive line?
Could it be the weird calling play? Like,
The thing is with me, it's a combination of both. Because if we're going to credit the offensive line and JJ for last season for having a great season, then I'm going to shit on them. And I'm going to say the offensive line, yes, they suck. You guys are right. But JJ sucks also. Just because the offensive line is playing bad, and I get it, any running back probably would play bad behind a line that's not blocking for you. The thing is with Josh Jacobs, bro, he got arm tackled by a linebacker. That's when I was like, oh, this ain't the Josh Jacobs from last year, because the Josh Jacobs from last year is breaking that. He's breaking arm tackles. He got arm tackled by a linebacker that he easily could have put him down on the grass. He did it last year. Why is this year so different? And that's why a lot of people are not going to agree with this. But come tomorrow, if you could trade Josh Jacobs away for some draft capital, I do it.
do you
If you
think do you think he's not getting the same kind because the QB?
So you're saying like Derek Carr with the audibles that he did, he kind of set up the runs to be more efficient.
Like like DC spreading the defense apart?
It could play a part. It could,
Because I
but
feel like every time Josh Jacobs gets a run, it's always just everybody, bam, to one spot, like everybody
yeah,
knew it.
and you're right, because I see the same thing too. I see the same thing. Like every run play, it seems like the defense just collapses the line of scrimmage, and that could play a part on the quarterback. But the thing is then okay, then again, Josh McDaniels, your play calling. Like you got to figure it out. You're the head coach. You're the play caller. You're the play designer. You got to figure it out. How do I get the run game going? How do I get them to respect the run game or to respect Jimmy G as a quarterback? Because like Raider Lux said here, they respected DC to stretch the field. Yeah, did DC not? He probably didn't connect on every 20+ yard pass, but DC had the arm to stretch the field. That they knew if they didn't play the deep ball, they may get beat. And Jimmy G's not that guy to beat him deep. And we've seen it this season. I've seen it. Adams wide open, like 30, 40 yards down the field, and Jimmy G's settling for a check down. Like, bro, chuck that shit, bro. Like, just, yeah, But I also said this. This is why you go with Aiden O'Connell for the rest of the season. When Jimmy G went down with the back injury, I said you start Aiden O'Connell against the Bears, and you probably just start him the rest of the year. you probably start him the rest of the year. And if he does bad
It's like,
against,
does Josh McDaniels not want to win?
yeah, because I want people to, because it doesn't make sense. Here's why it doesn't make sense. How the Niners have a good run game with Jimmy G. And before McCaffrey, they had Matt Breida. They have Raheem Mostert is still a dog. But Matt Breida, bro,
Hey, they
where he
fire.
at? Who he play for now? I don't even
Oh,
know where he plays for. McKinnon.
I think he
Yeah,
was.
McKinnon. He plays for the Chiefs now. But he's a backup to
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco.
They got the Puerto Rican.
So it's like,
That's the only player. That's the
how
only
did
player I really respect.
other teams have success in the run game with Jimmy G at the quarterback, but the Raiders are not? And I think Flacco just hit it right on the button. The offense is predictable. The offense is
That's why
just
I'm
predictable.
thinking nobody is. This coach is terrible. Like the whole offense is like it all starts with this guy.
You're right.
Man.
You're right. And Raider Lux said it best. Jimmy also didn't have much activity like Jacobs in the preseason. And Raider Lux, again, anyone who follows Raiders Primos and guys, we are over 400 subscribers. So please, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Send the link around. Road to 500 starts now. We are trying to grow the channel big. 500 is our next goal. Hit that like button if you like the Raiders content that we're bringing you. Also, hit that bell so you guys are not late to future live shows. And you also can see when we upload new videos. But Raider Lux, because I've been screaming. I was screaming for it. I screamed for it last preseason, and I screamed for it this preseason. Start the starters and give them at least 3 drives, 3 to 4 drives. Maybe give guys like Devontae 1 drive to get their feet wet. But guys like Josh Jacobs or guys that really don't know the system, like free agents, drafts, yeah, if they're starters in the season, that's great. But if they're free agents in the draft, start them for at least 2 to 3 drives. Start them. I know injuries are risk, but you can only learn so much in practice. Where you're really going to learn is game time. That is where you could try out, some plays that you want to work out, see if they're going to work, and then you can implement them into the regular season. But he didn't even do that. He didn't even do that. He did it for 1 drive, and that was it.
That's crazy, Raider Lux. I'm like, McDaniels is literally week in, week out trying, like playing like he wants to get fired. Or playing, I guess. And he ain't fired. He's like, yo, fire me. Here's Hoyer. We're like, man.
Sean Johnson, I think Josh Jacobs is not doing good because we're stacking the box. And defenses aren't stacking the box. They're not scared of the deep ball. DC stretched the field. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And I think I agree with you. Flacco says all that talent and not knowing how to use it. That's my issue. Like, I don't know who was. It was Sean. Sean actually brought it up. From 2003 to 2013, we knew why we were losing. Even Derek Carr's rookie year, we knew why we were losing. We didn't have talent. We had like bottom tier wide receivers, bottom tier running back, bottom tier defense, bottom tier offense. Like, we had no talent whatsoever. And then from 2015 to now, it seems like we always had a top wide receiver. We had a top running back, like whether it was Latavius Murray, Marshawn Lynch. I know he wasn't the top runner when he was with us, but he was, he had
He had a
some
good
juice
vibe
in
at
him.
least.
We got Josh Jacobs now. And I'm not gonna call Derek Carr a scrub because I never said he was a bad quarterback. People just don't like it when I say Derek Carr is a average quarterback. People want to argue against me and say, no, he's great. He's elite. I'm like, no, he is not. He is a good average quarterback. That is who Derek Carr is. Now, would I take Derek Carr over Jimmy G? I won't, only because of the contract Derek Carr possesses. I'm going to leave it at that. But wide receivers, Cooper, Devontae. I know Henry Ruggs, but Henry Ruggs, that's a separate incident. Darren
That
Waller.
wasn't
Like
on us though.
the point is, we had talent, bro. Like we have talent, and we're still losing. Like now, it's like from 2003 to 2013, Raider fans knew why we sucked because we had no talent. Like we seen all these other teams have like top players. We didn't. But then now we got like guys like Devontae Adams, Max Crosby. Like we got guys that can be superstars. We got talent, and we're still losing. Now, as a Raider fan, I'm like, what the fuck? Are we just cursed? Like we can never be happy. Like, what's your thinking on it, Nate?
I mean, it, with like we have so much guys, and I mean, it's the coach once again. Like, man,
Yeah, it's got to go back to the coach. And Oakland fan, yeah,
like
I seen that.
we're
And
just
this is
gonna
speaking
keep
on
on
the on
saying that
Josh
until it
Jacobs.
changes.
Yeah, and this is speaking on Josh Jacobs. Jacobs got tripped by a slot corner last week when Cole Miller couldn't hold up the edge. That's what I'm saying, Oakland fan. Like the thing is, JJ will, he will make something out of nothing. And this season, he's not doing that. And I think in our intro, you're gonna see if you guys stay, watch our outro. There's a clip in there that shows Josh Jacobs making something out of nothing, and it was against the Broncos last year. And you guys probably know what play I'm talking about. I'm gonna, yeah, let the kid play, let AOC play. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Matthew Moyer. He says, let Aiden O'Connell cook if we're tanking. I don't think we're tanking, but I just think Aiden O'Connell, he brings the arm strength that we're missing at the quarterback position. If the arm strength is really the thing that is holding the offense back, then bring Aiden O'Connell in. Bring Aiden O'Connell in.
He never gonna listen to us.
He's not. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you guys are loving the Raiders I can't speak. Raiders content here, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you guys anything. Also, hit the like, hit the bell if you guys want to see more of this content. Get the algorithm out there. It's also going to help us continue to grow. Road to 500 subscribers, you guys. We are closing in at 500 subscribers. When me and Nate started this, I'm gonna give you guys some insight. When me and Nate started this, it was a small dream, but a big dream to get to 500 subscribers. Yeah, it took us some time. We started this a year ago. It took us some time to get there, but we appreciate every single one of you guys hitting that subscribe button and getting us to 500. It starts now. T. Severe, our guy. It's not all about the arm of the quarterback. Which wide receiver is stretching the field? You don't have to be able to throw the ball 50 yards on a line to be a deep threat. That's a misconception that fans keep making. You know what, T. Severe? I hear you. Because we've seen Tucker stretch the field and then Adams come over the middle and Jimmy G hits either Adams or he hits Myers. And that opens up the field. But I will also say, T. Severe, Jimmy G maybe he's not going to complete every throw that's past 20 plus yards, but he's gonna. I say take a shot though, right? Like Nate, wouldn't you agree with that? Like, just take a shot. Whether it's incomplete or caught, that's great. As long as it's not an interception, I'm cool with that. But if it's incomplete or caught, then you're making the defense be honest. I mean, I would like to see Jimmy G take a lot more shots downfield, even if they're not completed. I mean, that is one thing I knocked on DC for, but I got to give DC his credit. Yeah, he didn't connect on a lot of deep balls, pause if necessary, but he made the defense respect his arm. What is your opinion, Nate?
Yeah, I mean, it's again with the talent of the quarterback. Like DC actually threw. The fact that he threw it downfield, requires some coverage down there. So it's pretty obvious when your quarterback is not throwing deep at all that one, You're going to get the little checkdowns sworn up. You're going to get the run game swarm up. You're going to get the, you're going to, I mean, red zone, red zone's red zone, but I mean, you never have respect towards the offense if you don't have, you know, if you don't have respect from the defense all around the field, like deep, short, middle, you know what I'm saying? Or else nothing will work because then it'll just be down to the defense will be like, all right, we just got to do this one thing, and that's pretty easy when you're in the NFL.
And it seems Daniel Carlson is going to be a game time decision, you guys.
Man, bro, like why?
Yeah, Daniel Carlson is going to be a game time decision. Sean, we talking about DJ Turner? Because he said Turner being active likely means no run for, which makes sense. Sean, did it get release of the inactives? Because I'm trying to look for it and I don't see the inactive list. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if the inactives are released.
Yo, is there anybody going crazy at halftime or not? Where is this even being played again? I'm done. This
In
is in
Detroit.
Detroit. I'm done.
It's in Detroit.
Is there any good rappers in
I didn't see any the inactive list. But guys, follow us on Instagram down over here. Follow us on Instagram, and I'm gonna post the inactives
Yo,
for
Nesta Jade
for
Silvera.
tonight. Oh no, so far it might be true. Hunter Renfro is inactive, a healthy scratch.
Yo, Nesta Jade Silvera. Once again.
See,
Parts.
hey, salute to Flacco for subscribing. Raider Lux. A lot of players have need open down the field, and Jimmy G don't trust himself to complete the pass, and that's the problem. And that's what I'm saying, Raider Lux, because I'm like, whether you trust yourself or not, take the shot. Just take it. Like
Yeah.
whether you overthrow the guy, just don't underthrow the guy. If you overthrow the guy, then you overthrow the guy, and then you get back to practice. And you're like, you know what? Next time, because the thing is, Nate, we had this in street football. If you overthrew a guy, you're like, you know what? Now I know I need to put a little bit less arm into it. The thing is that Jimmy G don't even take enough deep shots, pause if necessary, to know, hey, do I need to like give it a little bit more arm or a little bit less arm, or shoot, bro, I don't got an arm at all. Like the thing is, that's what I'm saying, Ray Deluxe. It's just him pushing the ball downfield that whether it's incomplete, whether like you overthrow the guy, you complete it, stretch the ball downfield, let the defense be honest with themselves. Let them think like, damn, Jimmy G just threw a deep ball. Oh shit, we might need to play back a little bit. Like that's the thing. Like, bro,
Yeah.
Flacco says we need to switch to quarterback when it's a deep route. That's funny. Shout out to Vinny Thomas. He said trade for Stidham, give Denver a 6 or a 7, cut Hoyer. We need a quarterback with some mobility to open up the field. Sean, I'm not getting them. If you're sending them to me on Instagram, I'm not. Let me refresh it.
Bro, like,
Because if you're like DM, I'm not getting anything through my DMs. I don't know why.
I swear, if Jamar Gibbs goes off today.
Oh, sending it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, send it here, Sean. Because like I don't know why I'm not getting nothing through to our Instagram.
What do I feel like?
And Vinny, yeah, I hear you. Stidham, I'm not training for Stidham. I'm going out and drafting a quarterback next year. Whether that is Michael Penix, you want to trade the farm for Caleb Williams, or you want to settle for like guys like Bo Nix. I know there's a lot of other guys, Drake May. There's other quarterbacks you can settle for. Bro, ain't no the thing is, Vinny, Aiden O'Connell has some mobility to him. Not a ton of mobility like Stidham possesses, but he has mobility that he can
Yeah,
get first downs. Not a lot of mobility, but again, that goes on coaches. Like, use your legs a little bit more. Use your legs. Oakland fan, good point. Your offense gets swarmed under instead of green grass to roam. Another thing, Nate, that Grab pointed out, we don't see screen passes a lot. We
I
don't see
want.
screen. Sean, now I'm getting your messages. The Las Vegas Raiders tweeted out that they have activated linebacker Curtis Bolton from the reserve/injured list and have placed Kanoya Munga on the reserve/injured list linebacker. In addition, we have activated. Oh shit. We have activated kicker James McCourt and wide receiver DJ Turner from the practice squad. Sorry for my language, but Daniel Carlson might not play tonight. So we need touchdowns.
I
Just
hate
to
to
give you guys some insight, Nate is even more pissed because he has Daniel Carlson starting in fantasy tonight. Hey, bro, Nate, just pick up the backup kicker if he's on there, if he's on the waiver wire.
Let me see if Detroit has a kicker available. There's no way, bro.
Because, yeah, the report that Sean just sent me is that they have activated DJ Turner from the practice squad and kicker James McCourt.
Dang. Bro, Shaq reveals he played at 415 pounds in 2022. 415 pounds. That's
Shout out
bigger
to
than a lineman.
Dude, he needs to get on the football field.
Bro, we need that DT for
hey, Shaq, can you play DT?
oh my goodness.
Hey,
Really
Flacco
hoping
says all AOC needs is a little bit more experience in the pocket, but that comes with opportunities. Flacco, that's what I've been saying. And am I saying your
McCourt,
name right, Flacco? I wonder. I don't
McCourt,
know if I'm saying your name right, but I
Mitch
agree.
Mitch said McCourt is 18 for 23 with a long of 53 in college.
Wait, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Mitch. Let me see. McCourt was 18 for 23 with a long of 53 yards in his final season in college. So he was 18 for 23 on field goals, and his longest was 53. So Josh McDaniels, you're going for it on fourth down, right? But really hoping Daniel Carlson is good to go. Really, Max Crosby said this. Max Crosby said this to ESPN. Max Crosby on the Detroit Lions not selecting him in the 2019 NFL draft. I cannot wait. I wouldn't say I was mad, but I remember everything. Let's just leave it at that. Damn. Max
Why
Crosby
does this
going to
always
come
happen to
hungry
me?
today.
Why does this always happen to me?
Gotta look for a new kicker. Bro, I'm
Mind
hoping
you,
Amon-Ra St. Brown plays. Now, I know Amon-Ra is one of the top guys in, wide receivers in the league, but I need him to come through for me in fantasy. I wouldn't mind 5 catches, a touchdown, and then that's it. Anthony Estrada says next LeBron coming soon, his own son. Sean says, we win, we buyers, you think Montez Sweat or Daniil Hunter, he's got 10 sacks through 8 games. Yeah, Sean. You win, you're 4-4, and you got the Giants coming up, who literally look like they're about to be a fire sale. They don't have Daniel Jones. I think he is getting close to being back at practice, but they're 2-6.
you think it's
They let go
possible?
Lenore, huh?
You think it's possible for a kicker to get 15 points?
For a kicker to get 15 points?
Yeah, in fantasy.
Yeah, but the offense just got to kick field
That's
goals.
what we need. That's what I need
From Detroit.
from Carlson.
You need 15 points.
Yeah.
Well, because we also got the bonuses depending on the yardage. So if he makes you like a 40 or a 50 yarder, I mean, that's coming in clutch right there.
Hey, you know
I
what?
got,
Put Brian Hoyer
hey,
in. Put
hey,
Brian Hoyer
I
in.
got
I'm good with it.
hey, I got 21 points in 2021 with Daniel Carlson. So it's possible.
Yeah,
Um,
why?
but to answer Sean's question, and Nate, you could chime in too. I think we are biased if we win. We're 4-4. We got the Giants coming up, and then we got the Jets. You know, the schedule gets harder, you guys, but it also gets easy. At the same, like it's a
We're,
mixture.
I mean, if we do win, we would be pretty comfortable in the second seed. I mean, in the second spot in our division. By a little, like 2 games or something. But yeah, if we do win and we do go back to 500, and we're basically at the middle of the season, kinda,
Yeah.
or is it next week?
The thing is, your next games are you got 2 back-to-back home games
You still
against the
have
New
to
York
try to
Giants
push,
and
yeah.
the New York Jets. And then you're on the road against the Miami Dolphins, and then you come back home against the Kansas City Chiefs.
You know what,
If
bro?
you're serious about pushing for the playoffs, you try to get a Montez Sweat or a Daniil Hunter, because against the Dolphins and the Chiefs, you're going to need a defense,
Yeah,
and
I
you're going to
mean,
need pressure. You're going to
shoot,
need
any
pressure.
given Sunday at this point with these Chiefs losing,
Yeah, that's true.
who's a favorite at this point?
Well, the Chiefs are still the favorite to win the division, but to win, like,
And
I
then
mean,
the
I don't know.
Niners losing?
Yeah, they're going to be on a 4-game losing streak. That shit's going to be funny as fuck, bro.
Nah, not the Niners only scoring 17 3 weeks in a row.
Bro, I know we suck at. You know what? I can't. Nope, I'm not even gonna go there because we can't
Hey,
even get.
hey, hey. It's
Yeah,
not our it's
yeah.
not our
We
real
can't talk
offense.
about scoring, bro, because we can't
Hey,
even get
it's
19.
not our real it's not our real offense out there. Let's be honest.
Give or take, give or take. But anyways, you guys, we are over an hour and a half. Thank you guys for rocking with us for this long. Again, road to 500. Hit that subscribe button. Send the link around. If you know family, you know coworkers, friends, your girlfriend's friends, your equal opportunity, your boyfriend's friends, equal opportunity. You know, your girlfriend's
Okay.
boy, boyfriend. You get the idea. Spread the link around. Anyone who loves talking Raider football, send them this link. Send them our way. We love talking Raider football. We love hearing from you guys. You know, it would not be a great show. It would not be Raiders Primos without you guys coming into the chat. So we appreciate you guys. So hit that subscribe button on the way out if you guys have not already. Send the link around to you guys' friends, you guys' families. Hit the like on the way out. It helps us, get out there, get put on notice in the YouTube algorithm, and also hit that bell so you guys are not late. We might need to have a post game, Nate. You down for that post game later in the night?
Depends how this ends up folding.
Hey, okay, you heard it here first from Nate. If the Raiders win, we coming on here, we celebrating the win. If we lose, I'm gonna be alone, the lone guy tonight, and I'm gonna cook this team by myself. Now we'll see. We'll see if we gotta go live tomorrow. You know what? Let's go live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Raider Ed's birthday. Yours truly. It is my birthday now. We celebrated Raider Nate's birthday last week. It is my birthday tomorrow. So I think we need to have a birthday celebration live stream tomorrow. Y'all want to do that?
Where
Nation, y'all want to do that?
where
Let's have a birthday celebration. We're gonna talk the Raiders about tonight's game, and we're gonna talk nothing, anything but Raiders. We're gonna talk. I think you know what, Nate. We should share some memories from our days in the Oakland Coliseum. Because
fact? Because I
some
got only
stories.
one thing, and it's really
I
bad.
got stories, bro. I lived at the Coliseum. I lived at the Coliseum basically. And Raider Lux, I appreciate that, bro. We're gonna be here
$5.
tomorrow morning, you guys, tomorrow morning, and hopefully we
I
don't gotta
just
cook
cooked
you
them
guys.
with you, though.
Hopefully, hopefully we get a good joy out of tonight's game. But with that being said, you guys, go to Oak Las Vegas Network. Graph is going to be live streaming the game, so you guys going to want to watch it with other Raider fans and get other reactions to the game. Go tune in there later. I know I'm gonna be in the chat. I want to be reacting to the game, so let's all enjoy the game as one nation, right? And as always, doesn't matter. We're 3-4, but Nate, you know what time it is. Raiders!
Raiders!